Alright, let's get real. Ever notice how some people just love testing your boundaries? They interrupt, make passive-aggressive comments, or act like your time and feelings are optional. We're supposed to just smile and let it slide. Not today. If you're done putting up with people who don't respect you, this guide is for you. Today I'm breaking down honest and maybe a little controversial methods to handle disrespect without losing your cool and without sacrificing your self-respect. By the end of this, you'll have the tools you need to show people exactly where the line is drawn. Let's dive in. 1. Embrace the silent stare. We'll start with one of my favorite tactics, the silent stare. It sounds simple, right? But trust me, it works. When someone's being openly rude or disrespectful, nothing throws them off more than a long, calm and completely unbothered stare. People who disrespect others are usually looking for a reaction. They want you to get flustered or snap back. When you just stare at them, no words, no expressions, the power dynamic flips. Here's why it works. The disrespectful person now becomes uncomfortable, wondering why their usual tactics have no effect on you. You are silently saying, "I'm not playing this game with you," without uttering a single word. It's a way of reclaiming control without lifting a finger. For instance, I was once in a meeting where someone kept interrupting me. I tried interjecting politely, but he wouldn't stop. Finally, I just leaned back and stared at him for a few solid seconds. The room grew tense. He stumbled over his words and looked away, and he didn't interrupt me again. Sometimes you have to show people who you are without saying a word. 2. Embrace silence as your answer. Here's an underrated secret weapon: silence. When someone disrespects you, sometimes the most powerful response is no response at all. Silence isn't passive, it's a deliberate choice, and sometimes the boldest, loudest answer you can give. People who disrespect others are looking for validation or a fight. When you don't engage, their words hang in the air, forcing them to sit with their own behavior. For example, I once had someone try to get a rise out of me with unnecessary jabs about my work. Instead of explaining myself or firing back, I raised an eyebrow and stayed silent. He mumbled something and moved on, never trying it again. Silence starves disrespect of the attention it craves. By choosing silence, you're saying, "I value my peace over your opinion of me." It's a refusal to play by their rules and a reclaiming of your energy. 3. Stop explaining your choices. How many times have you made a decision only for someone to immediately ask, why? People seem to think they're entitled to an explanation for everything we do. Here's the honest truth: they're not. Your choices are your own, and you don't owe anyone an explanation for how you live your life. When people question your choices, they're often not looking to understand, they're looking to judge or feel better about their own decisions by making you second-guess yours. By not explaining yourself, you reclaim your autonomy. When I switched careers, people were baffled, questioning why I'd leave a stable job. At first I explained myself, but it never felt like enough. Eventually I responded with, "Because I wanted to." It was freeing. People stopped asking because I took away their power to question my choices. When you stop explaining your actions, you start living authentically, free from others' expectations. Your confidence grows as you realize your decisions don't need anyone else's stamp of approval. 4. Keep your distance. Sometimes the best way to handle people who don't respect you is to keep your distance. Not everyone deserves a front row seat in your life. If someone's consistently crossing your boundaries, it's okay to step back. Distance gives you clarity and protects your energy. You're not obligated to keep disrespectful people close. I had a friend who made snide comments about every choice I made. I kept them around, brushing it off until I realized I was constantly bracing for the next criticism. I started limiting my time with them, seeing them less frequently. Guess what? I felt lighter and free. Distance isn't selfish, it's necessary. It's about choosing where and how you spend your time and energy. Keep people who respect and uplift you close. Life's too short for anything less. 5. Hold your head high. Holding your head high might sound generic, but it's a classic because it works. People who disrespect you want you to feel small. They want you to doubt yourself. When you stand tall with your head high, you're saying, "I know exactly who I am, and nothing you say will make me feel less." Confidence makes people uncomfortable, especially those who disrespect others. They rely on their actions having power over you, but when you refuse to be affected, it disrupts their control. For example, I used to dread facing certain people who would throw little insults my way. One day I decided to hold my head high, shoulders back, and smile through their comments. They backed off, realizing their words didn't reach me anymore. Holding your head high is about living as if you're fully aware of your worth. It's a mental posture as much as a physical one. Walk into every room like you belong there. Let negative comments roll off you. Their words have no power over you because you know your value. By practicing these 5 methods, embracing the silent stare, using silence as an answer, stopping explanations, keeping your distance, and holding your head high, you build a life where respect starts from within. You don't need others' approval to validate your worth. You decide what energy you let in, and your self-respect sets the standard for how you're treated. Thanks for watching. If this guide resonated with you, share it with someone who could use a reminder to stand tall. And remember, respect starts with you. Stay strong and live life on your terms.